Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Jim here. Peace and love, a thumbs up, and AK call mug and rock and roll. This is a little bit of a different one for us today. It's Saturday. Usually, we're here for Tap to the Tempo Tuesday, uh, potentially for a live section, and sometimes Walk and Talk Wednesday. But today, I wanted to share with you. We did this on a YouTube short, and we also did this on a long form video. But I wanted to go live with it as well, in case anybody had any questions or stories they wanted to share. So I have the top eight. That's right. Count it: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight live experience moments of my career so far. It's just kind of fun to think about and go back through the catalog and, reminisce about it a little bit. So, in no particular order, this is what I got for us as far as top eight best, most memorable musical moments. And these are all positive ones, because trust me, I've had some negative ones too, but these are all positive. So we're going to talk about the band Postmark Twain that I was in a little bit. So anytime we were to play at the live and local stage at Six Flags Great Adventure, that was a lot of fun. We did that for probably 2 summers in a row, and we would have 3 gigs in a day, and it would be like one gig for 45 minutes and then a pause for an hour or two, and then another gig for 45 minutes and then a pause for an hour or two, and then the last 45 minutes. And a lot of fun. This huge stage. We had no business being on a stage, I feel like, that big, with so much space, room to run around. And we had a lot of fun. And in between sets, we would sometimes just roam around the park, sometimes talk to people that were interested in wanting to hang around and talk with us, and sometimes just go on rides. And so those were some really cool, memorable experiences together in Postmark Twain, the one band that I was in many years ago. And so, in addition to that, another one would be playing at the iconic venue, the Stone Pony. Big music venue in Asbury Park, New Jersey. We had 2 gigs there, a lot of fun, so much energy, just an iconic venue to play at. So that was just a big deal for us to do something like that. We played in New York a bunch, and just we traveled up and down the East Coast a little bit. We did a little festival that we headlined in Michigan. So just kind of like touring around with Postmark Twain, especially at iconic venue like the Stone Pony. We had some other iconic venues we played at too, like the Knitting Factory in New York City. We also played at Maxwell's in Hoboken, which are pretty big ones. I had a solo gig once at the Conduit. Just some neat, that's in Trenton, just some fun, cool, different spots, different spaces. And in addition to that, we had 2 more live experiences that were also with Postmark Twain that were just so memorable. And another one was opening for a band called Making April. Now, you might not have heard of them, but they were huge on MySpace, huge when MySpace was a big thing. And we had an opportunity when it was just me and Dave as a duo in that group, because eventually we ended up with 4 people in Postmark Twain. But when we were just a duo, singer-songwriter doing harmonies and acoustic guitar, we had a chance to open for Making April. Now, this band had millions upon millions of plays on MySpace, and that was a big deal back in 2000s, I guess, 6, 7, 8, 9, that sort of era of the internet. And we had a chance to open for them in a mall at a movie theater, and it was like crazy, because just that experience alone was interesting, to play in a movie theater in a mall, and people have waiting outside for the show to start. Just, it was a sold out show, hundreds of people there. So a really cool experience. Just wanted to, put that out there as another one. We had another opportunity that was in Nyack, New York. We had another opportunity at a local event that we played at Hamilton Lanes, a bowling alley of all places. And we ended up opening the show for a band called the Blue Pages. Now, you might be thinking, who the heck are the Blue Pages? Well, they ended up becoming American Authors, the band that has the song, "Whoa, oh, 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 it's gonna be the best day of my life." So how amazing is that? We had a chance to open for the American Authors before they became the American Authors, and it was all the same guys that just changed names and got a little bit of a different sound. It found out that they were the same guys. Amazing, right? And then another experience we had with Postmark Twain in a live performance setting was, that's where the idea Key of Awesome Music came from. It was actually a live performance we had at the 449 in a venue we frequented a lot, and we had a lot of fans, and family come out to check out our shows there. And that's where we had a fill-in bassist one night, and he asked me, "What key is this song in?" And I said, "The key of awesome," just being sarcastic. And that name stuck, and it ended up becoming the name of our channel here, the name of the business that I run with a small business serving and supporting individuals with developmental disabilities and beyond. I use it as a publishing entity too, to publish the songs that I've written to further protect them. Just amazing. So like that's certainly memorable because it started where the company name came from and started the company. I would be remiss not to mention for my solo project, I had my first ever performance in my solo project in this top memorable performance, live performance settings. And that was playing at a fashion show that we used to have in our high school. It was the first time I ever played live in front of people outside of like family at home. It's a big, think of the old school, like high school auditorium feel. And I'm on stage, my acoustic guitar, and one microphone. And I played two songs that I wrote. They were both love songs because it was a fashion show and it was kind of like around February. So it was like kind of like around Valentine's Day. So I thought this would make sense. So I played a song called February Night. And then I played On Your Way to Unhappiness, which are so two of my earliest songs that I ever written as a solo artist on my acoustic guitar. And I was, I think, 16 or 17 at that point, but there was hundreds of people in there, and everybody quickly found out that I was a musician because up until that point, I was just playing sports. And so they had saw this other side of me they never knew I had, which is really interesting. So I definitely remember that being very nervous. That's okay. I got over it. And then I also last summer in 2024, as my solo artist experience, had a chance to play the Trenton War Memorial. Now, this is a huge, iconic theater, really, really old building as part of the Art All Night Festival at Patriots Theater. So that's really, really cool to have been played in that venue. It's just another iconic venue in my solo project. Another one, when I was in high school as well, was doing the talent show my senior year with a bunch of guys we kind of threw together, friends of mine that were athletes that also happened to be musicians. And we ended up practicing a few times beforehand and calling ourselves Put a Donation in the Box and playing a song by Blink-182 that we didn't want to name the actual name because it was kind of like a curse word. And I changed the words in the song so that it wasn't like an actual curse word in the song. And we had a friend of ours, it was a blast to play just one song. And a friend of ours go around with a old school shoebox that we cut a hole in the top of, and he would collect money from people in between, like during the song pretty much, and in between us talking before the song and a little bit after the song. We didn't end up winning the talent show, but man, I think we won people's hearts because we got $80 in the span of like 3 minutes. And we ended up taking people out to Applebee's that night. It was like food's on us at Applebee's. It was like half price appetizers, just super memorable, super fun. And then we have one last one I want to mention. When my wife and I first got married, we went over to Ireland for our honeymoon. And one of the stops, we were in a town called Killarney, and the house musicians that were there just, sort of said casually out to the crowd, "Is anybody a musician here? Does anybody play guitar or sing?" And it had gotten out in our tour group that we were on that like, I'm a musician and I play music and I sing. And so they were all pointing to me like, he does. And I kind of wanted to just lay low. I was on my honeymoon, but I just was like, you know what, I'll go up and play. So that was really fun. I got to play 3 songs, cover songs at that point, over in Ireland. So that was like an international kind of gig in a way, even though I wasn't there booked to play there. Still a lot of fun. So that's what I got. Top memorable moments, live performance moments of my career so far. Now, there could be more that come. Those are the ones that really come to mind. Just thought I'd go on a trip down memory lane and share them with you. Just something a little different. Instead, usually we talk about things that are going on in life, things that are going on in the world, or something music related that is like playing songs, cover songs, or doing a name that tune or something like that on this section. So we're going to end with a chorus of an original song of mine. Since we're talking about live performance moments, just a chorus of a song called Holy Ground. That's what I got for us today. Thanks so much for anybody tuning in here. Appreciate you checking this out. Maybe checking it out later on at some other point, which is beautiful about these live segments. They can go live. And then in addition to that, later on, it'll end up just on the channel. I'll promote it. Top 8 or 9, let's say, most memorable live performance moments of my career so far. So peace and love. Thumbs up at AK Cowabunga Rock and Roll. We'll see you next time on Top to the Tempo Tuesday. Bye-bye.